broadband access in shaping a modern society and driving economic and social progress, our focus is on enhancing and sustaining national broadband coverage. The Prime Minister's vision is that every community, every person has high-speed internet in their house. That is the vision. That's what we're working towards. But of course, there have to be steps. We're not able to get there overnight. And so the work of USF is really aligned to that ultimate goal. So we are working, and with our partners, Digicel has been very helpful in this. And Flow has also been helpful, as have several cable operators around Jamaica, in helping us to build out this broadband infrastructure so that in the future, it's not just at the public hotspots that you'll have access, but you'll have it at your house and at a reasonable price, which is the key thing, having it at a reasonable price. And as many of you know, when you look at the terrain, look at the beautiful hills, it's not the easiest thing to take fiber into every community. It's not easy given the terrain. But our vision is that using other things, you have microwave technology and other technologies, and children, you need to look those up too, that we can use. And the USF has been integral in every aspect of the National Broadband Initiative and will continue to be. And that's why when Dr. Dawes asked me to come on a Senate day, I say yes, because he's been so important to moving this forward, and anything I can do in my role to assist, I will do so. So our objective is to close the digital gap and foster an all-encompassing digital society. This means providing high-speed internet access, not only to urban areas, and that's why we're here today, but also to our rural communities and traditionally underserved communities. Now, work has been underway on several of these initiatives of the broadband project. And so we've connected 14 parish courts and some police stations and all of the municipal corporations to this, because at the end of the day, what we want is all of government to be on one network. That's what we're working towards. So ultimately, what it will mean is when you go to a government office, there you don't have to go from one office to another office to another office like we do now. When they're all connected, the information can flow much easier, and that's the goal. And so working with the National Work Agency, eGov, and USF, we are working on building that connectivity amongst all of our government entities. In terms of St. Elizabeth, there's a lot, and you heard about the hotspots and the public Wi-Fi that has already been done. But there's work that has also been done in terms of the infrastructure. So 16 schools in St. Elizabeth have been slated to be connected directly to this infrastructure that we have done. 16 schools in St. Elizabeth. And 4 of them have already been connected, and the remaining 12 will be brought on in a few weeks, not years, in a few weeks. And so we're doing some work now in terms of upgrading the system to have this happen. And so the schools that we were looking at were Black River High, Black River Primary, Lacovia High, and Lacovia Primary. And then in addition to those, there's B.B. Cook High, Bethlehem Teachers College, Bull Savannah Primary, Burnt Savannah Primary, Hampton High, Magotty High, New Forest Primary and Junior High, Newell High, Roger Clark High, Siloa Primary, St. Elizabeth Technical High, and Monroe College. That's a lot of schools. And you know, that's why I get annoyed sometimes when people say nothing not going on. Because there's a lot going on in our country. What this means is that all the children in all these schools and all the teachers will have world-class access to internet and can use the internet as a part of learning going forward. And each month, we're adding more and more schools, more post offices, more courts to our network to ensure that we have more connectivity. So, as I've said before, the administration's vision is much broader. It is about getting it into every home. But as we do that, we try to get it in our towns, and then we get it into smaller communities. That's a part of the plan to getting it to everyone. So what we are doing in doing that, in doing this with Dr. Dawes and the USF team, is really bringing everybody on the prosperity train. That's what we're doing. We're bringing everyone on that prosperity train. And Mr. Slowley, I heard you got promoted to Dr. Slowley. I like it. I know that your MP has worked really hard to get this here. He has worked really hard. And he advocates and he advocates and he advocates for you. And he really believes in all of the young people. You saw him interacting with the children, asking them to name their MP and know their constituency. That is the hallmark of a good MP. And so with him and Dr. Dawes, as we bring you on this prosperity train, I tell you there will be even more that you're going to see during this year. Now, one of the things I'm responsible for is NIDS, which is our digital ID. And as a part of that program, we're fixing up some of our post offices as enrollment centers. And you will also be beneficiaries of that. We put out to tender, and I know your post office don't look the way you want it to look. And so we put out to tender 2 post offices in this parish. Which ones do you think? Black River and Santa Cruz. Both of those have gone to tender with the design. They're gonna go to procurement committee. We expect to break ground in the early part of this year. So that means brand new post offices. And why is that important? And why does post offices even fall under digital transformation? It's because they are hubs. You are right. They are important hubs. And as we put more government services online, I don't know how many of you know that you can go and get your birth certificate online. You don't have to go anywhere. You can also get your passport without going in. Many people still there early in the morning, but you can get it online. But the problem we have is that there's some people who don't feel comfortable with the technology. They don't feel comfortable doing it online. And so what our post offices will become, especially those that we renovate and make them beautiful, it's not just a little renovation we're doing. It's gonna look completely different. And so what we do is we are turning them into digital service points. And so people who may not be as okay, going online and accessing government services can go to their post office, which they're used to, especially some of our older Jamaicans. They can go to the post office. Someone will be there to help them to apply for their passport so they don't have to go too far. They can go there and apply for a myriad of government services that have been put online. And so when our government talks about digital transformation, it's about making people's lives easier. That's what it's about. It's about nothing else. Technology is not the end. Technology is a means to an end. And that end is an empowered people and people who we show respect for. When we ask you to go from office to office and stay in long lines, that's not a mark of respect. And our government respects you. And it's for that reason that we are doing the work we're doing today through the USF and Dr. Dawes, and why we're doing the work with the post offices across Jamaica, and also continuing to put more government services online. Have the government entities more integrated so you don't give the same information over and over and over again. So all of these are a part of a broader vision of a more productive Jamaica. A Jamaica where every child feels that they can be something, where every child feels that internet is for them and that they are good enough to have internet. They're good enough to have a good MP looking out for them and to have a government that really does care about them. So in conclusion, Wi-Fi is a catalyst for change. It is more than just technology. Now, as we stand together here, we have to embrace the monumental changes brought about by the National Broadband Initiative and the initiatives of the USF to get Wi-Fi throughout our country. These are not just projects. They represent a shift towards a more connected, empowered, and prosperous Jamaica. Under the visionary leadership of Prime Minister Andrew Holness and with the dedicated efforts of representatives like Mr. Slowley, we are ensuring that no community, from the bustling streets of Kingston to the serene paths of Santa Cruz with your good curry goat, is left behind in our journey towards progress. And so the renovation of the post office and similar projects across the island are tangible examples of our commitment to revitalizing and modernizing every aspect of Jamaican life. And so even when we talk about St. Elizabeth, a lot of times we talk about agriculture, and we have the Minister of State here who does fantastic work in agriculture. And what we know of agriculture is sometimes, the techniques of a long time ago. So in Heart, we decided we're gonna introduce technology into agriculture. And we call it agri-tech. Because with climate change, we see how hot it is getting. We have to do farming differently and agriculture differently. And so all of our agriculture students are learning about technology they can use. They are learning to use probes and all these other things, and they're also learning robotics as a part of farming so that they can know how to use drones, they can know how to use robots also in what they're doing. And so even in agriculture, we're introducing technology and teaching our future farmers and agricultural technologists how to incorporate more technology in what they do. So this administration is not just building roads and bridges. We're building a future where every Jamaican, regardless of their location or background, has equal access to the opportunities created by our digital and economic transformation. We're fostering a society where innovation, education, and healthcare are not just privileges, but rights accessible to all. Let us continue to support these initiatives, for they are the building blocks of a Jamaica that is not only connected digitally, but also united in our quest for peace, productivity, and prosperity. Thank you, Santa Cruz.
Thank you, Minister. Boy, I will sit all day and listen to Minister. Very inspiring. Principal, am I correct? I want you to give Minister another big round of applause. And Digicel, I like the commitment that Principal has shown today. She is the first official to be present this afternoon. I am going to be sending my technical team to the school to see what resource Digicel and the Universal Service Fund can provide to Santa Cruz Primary and Junior High. When a man work hard, he must be what? As so the Bible say. All right, and me go and pay her for her commitment. She sit down right there. Not like some people who come and gone. For the whole time, she don't move her foot. I really appreciate that. All right. Yes, man, we can fix them up. All right. All right, let me, Miss Brady, could you kindly bring me those 3 tablets for, come Minister. We are going to hand Derek these 3 tablets for students over by Mountain Side. I would have promised them some time ago. Promise made, promise kept. Slowly, go and join them. Oh, yes. All right, wait for the minister to come. All right, so we have another phone here. Yes, give her a poem. Okay, come along. Clap her.
Teacher Stress by Vinnie Wilson Salmon. What a thing with the teacher them, ma. Them stress so till. Teacher stress. Me tell unu how me know say the teacher them stress. One day, Mr. Man come to school with her shoes them on the wrong foot. And Mrs. Williams blows on the wrong side. Teacher stress. Teacher fi attend to 40 or 50 pitney at one time, while a doctor attend to one patient at a time. Then teacher no more stress. Teacher stress. Lord, sometimes it's sorry for them. One wish me a fi all teacher. More all them fi drive a nice car, so them can carry them bag and pan and courages to and from school. Yeah.
Clap her. I'm going to give her this phone, eh? All right, come again, minister, come. Come slowly. Come, minister. Come, principal. Come to yourself. Right. That was very nice.
You are amazing. Thank you. Oh, okay. She's so amazing.
You come, sir.
You were at the health center yesterday, right?
Come inside.
Very good.
All right, give her another big round of applause. At this time, we'll be having our vote of thanks from who? No, I never say you, I say the children. All right, we're going to come. You come. Come to me. I want you to introduce the counselor to do the vote of thanks. You can't come here and say the thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you, to do the vote of thanks, the counselor for the Santa Cruz Division, Counselor Christopher Williams.
Thank you very much, Reverend Watson. Permit me to observe the protocol that was already established. So I just have to say now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good afternoon to you all. Moving the vote of thanks can be the most difficult thing and the easiest thing. Difficult because persons are tired and they are ready to move on to the other aspect of the function. And you can also make a mistake and leave out somebody to thank. And easy because your duty is just to thank persons who come up here. Let me just use the opportunity to, as the counselor for the Santa Cruz division, first express thanks to Honorable Minister Vaz, Honorable Minister Maurice Dixon, Dr. Dawes, and the entire team at Universal Service Fund. I am very proud this afternoon to see this coming to fruition. The free Wi-Fi in Santa Cruz is long overdue, and I am happy that it is here because I know the tremendous benefit this will be to our students and other residents of our communities. A few years ago, Minister Witter, when they had the free Wi-Fi launch in Junction, I saw it and I was excited. So I called Frank, I don't know if you remember. I called him and said, how do I get this in Santa Cruz? And he gave me your number, Dr. Dawes. I WhatsApp you though, but I cannot remember exactly what was the response. But I can say to you here this afternoon, you can all see the benefit of having a member of parliament that share the same views and vision as you for the development of our community. And I must say to our hardworking member of parliament, thank you very much for this effort. Thank you very much for representing the people of this division, of this constituency. I must first thank God Almighty for allowing this to happen here this afternoon. Without him, nothing is possible. And so I must use the opportunity to also thank Bishop Canil Farquharson for doing prayers this afternoon. Also thanks to Dr. Dawes and his team for being here and also for doing the welcome and offering his opening remarks. Thanks to our acting superintendent, Minto, who has left us. But he said something important this afternoon. Let us use the Wi-Fi for the right purpose. Let us use it for what is good and not for what is bad. Also thank to acting superintendent, so Superintendent Emric Needham of the Jamaica Fire Brigade. I was happy to hear that our firefighters are also preparing themselves for the digital world, and that is very wonderful. His Worship the Mayor, my Mayor, Councillor Derek Sangster, thank you for being here, sir, and bringing greetings at this momentous occasion. The Honorable Frank Witter. And let me tell you something about this minister here. This is one of the few members of parliament and ministers who is very supportive. It doesn't matter what you're having in your constituency, in your division, from invite this gentleman to come and be a part of it. He will show up. And I must say, sir, thank you as usual for being here. To the man of the moment, I would say, our Member of Parliament, action man, Delroy Slowley. I want to thank him for being here. Thank him for bringing greetings, and also thank him for making this possible. To our beautiful Minister, Senator, the Honorable Dr. Dana Morris Dixon. We are so blessed to have you here this afternoon. Your presentation was so enlightening. We learned a lot. I learned a lot this afternoon. And I didn't know anything about any digital welding. Was that what they said? Digital welding. Virtual welding. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't know about that. So I learned something new this afternoon. Right? And I must say, I am also happy to hear Burn Savannah Primary being mentioned in terms of the, the digitalization. Right. That is a school where I am currently an educator. So I'm happy to hear that also. Let me also thank Mr. Elon Parkinson from Digicel. Thank you for being here and sharing in this occasion. Also to Dr. Brown from the MP's office, who is part and parcel of the whole arrangement of today's function. Thank you very much, Dr. Brown, and continue to work very hard. I want to thank our dear principal, Miss Smith. Thank you for being here, madam. And I am happy to hear the announcement Dr. Dawes made that Santa Cruz Primary is going to get some assistance. So I'm grateful for that. Thank the students from the Santa Cruz Primary and Infant. Also the performer from Carisbrook Primary I see here. I want to thank you for coming out and sharing in the occasion with us. Thank each and every person who is in the audience. It is impossible to have this function if you weren't here. You make it worthwhile being here, and you make it well fun, all right? So we are very happy to have you. And we must thank Heart for being present. They are here, and persons can go over there. So thank you very much, Heart, for being present at this function. So ladies and gentlemen, it was a good afternoon. It was a good afternoon. It was a blessing. We are all happy and proud of Santa Cruz and proud of what has happened here. And also, I left out Monique, Korea, Jamaica. That is what I said, it can be difficult, because you leave out somebody. As long as you're a part and parcel of this, we thank you all. Thank you very much, everybody.
All right, thank you. Next time we will start earlier to give a longer talk. All right, we're going to do the unveiling now, just across here, right here. I'm going to ask us all to join. MP Slowley, ministers, superintendent. We're going to do the unveiling now. Ava, Dr. Brown, we're going to do the unveiling now. Please, everybody, Mr. Mayor, please come along. Councillor, come along. Me like the principal, me no principal. No principal. Principal, me I say.
Universal Service Fund. So we tell them, we connecting the nation, internet and information. We connecting the nation, bringing internet to you. We connecting the nation, internet and information. We connecting the nation, bringing internet to you. Alright, want to stick a bet. Everybody have to get internet. No community access point. Connection coulda day or night. And we've got public Wi-Fi, hotspot, and a touch you training, we got that. Enabling those in need, connecting us to technology. We connecting the nation, internet and information. We connecting the nation, internet to you. We connecting the nation, internet and information. We connecting the nation, bringing internet to you.